Hi, friend, it's Yvonne Much, and I have a provocative question today. And the question is this: what would you do if God were to give you a miracle and then he were to ask for that miracle back? Now, you might be thinking, that's preposterous. God is a good God. He wouldn't do anything like that. But here's the deal: this is exactly what God did with Abraham. He gave Abraham his miracle child, Isaac, and then he asked for that child back a number of years later. Well, thank goodness we're under the new covenant. That is very most likely a hypothetical question. But the question that stands is, where is your level of faith? And how much do you trust God in your life situations, every life situation? For Abraham portrays that high, high, high level of faith. He's the father of our faith. So that how much do we trust him though? And how willing are we? How willing are you to release to him what he might be asking you to release? Or for some of you, it might be, what is he asking you to do? And are you willing to do it? Are you willing to take a step of faith and obedience to do what he's asking you to do? For some of you, it might be he's calling you to take a pivot, a hard shift, do a new thing. And how high is your level of faith? It goes back to that question over and over again. Now, I know that I haven't been tested to the level that Abraham has been tested. And however, I believe each one of us, we come to a place in our journey with the Lord where we come to that place where we have no choice but to trust him. And it happens at different places for different ones of us. And for me, the first time it happened, my daughter, who is now 39 years old, was 3 years old. And she was facing a life-threatening illness. And I was in the hospital with her. And I came to that place of realization that my daughter's life was in God's hands. And I had to acknowledge this to him. And I had to come to the point of realization that he loved her even more than I did, that he cared for her even more than I did. And so I had to literally give my daughter to him, place her in his hands for his love and his care. Now, of course, he's a good God, and he did heal my daughter. That's another story, another testimony, but he healed her and he gave her back to me in a much better state than what the doctors had said would be. She was healed and there were no side effects, no lasting effects. But that's just a simple, short testimony that God is good. And anytime he asks us to give him something, he gives back even better. So the question also is, are you willing to keep open hands before the Lord? Not just to release to him, to give to him what he's asking, but what he wants to give back as well. It's always an upgrade. Whenever we exchange with the Lord, it's always for our good, our betterment. He's always got something better to give us back. But it boils down to faith, obedience, trust. So I just release over you my life verse that you would trust in the Lord with all of your heart, that you would lean not on your understanding, that you would acknowledge him in all of your ways, and he shall direct your paths. And that's the word for today, my friend. I'll see you next time.